50. I want to say for at least 5 months.
5 months? Hell yeah. Boxed. Like, I boxed.
Do you
I didn't
box or
just.
you
Oh,
currently box?
I was in a gym.
You were in a gym.
But, yeah, no, when I was in Florida, so when I. It's weird. When my family, when we turn like 3 to 5 years old, depending on how we act. Hold on, turn that down. But when I moved to Florida, I didn't have that train. I didn't, I wasn't doing it anymore, so it sucked. So I was like,
Hmm.
I told my father, I was like, man, I want to get into a boxing gym. So I found one. It was a blue metal fucking building. All right,
Hmm.
like so there was no side. The siding was just this thin blue metal. Looks like somebody spray painted blue or like rolled blue paint on it,
Hmm.
and then wrote gym out in red lettering with paint. Like it was the most ran down gym I could find. And I was like, that's the one. So I went in there and they asked me, like, you got any training? I was like, yeah, I do. And, you know, they're like, what kind of training? And, like, backyard training or actual boxing training? And I was like, well, I've been, training in different styles since I've, 3 years old. And they were like, oh, you're blowing smoke
Did
up
you
my
do kung
ass,
fu?
blah, blah, blah. No, no, none of that shit.
I feel like every
I,
child does, well, not kung fu, karate growing up. I feel like everyone just wore like
karate
that
has
white,
its.
like, what is that? What is that thing called? You do like karate. I don't know. I did karate as a kid as well.
I didn't do karate like how every other kid does, where they go into like a dojo and shit like that. I learned karate in my front yard. Like my dad has been learning how to fight since he was 3. Like you
Hmm.
know, at a young age, 3 to 5, however. And
Right.
he's if he ever brings his legs out on somebody, I'm scared for that person. Basically, that's how I put it.
Oh, okay.
And so he's been training me for a long time. And when I got to Florida and I told him that, they were like, "You're blowing smoke up my ass. Let's see what you can do." And I was like, well, let's put me in the ring. Let's spar with somebody. I'll do it that way. And I did. I got my fucking bell rang a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous. I've never actually fought in a ring, so I was like, this is my first time in a boxing gym. I did it for about. I was there for 2 years, and not to toot my own horn, but in my weight class and most of the other weight classes, because I was bigger than them, I was very fast, 240 pounds, and I hit really fucking hard. They
Mm.
called me the Mack truck because at 240 pounds, you could throw a hit at me. I can either weave my head around or I can dodge it, block it. But yeah, no, my coach, that's what he liked to be called. Because if you called him anything else, he'd fucking smack
Right.
you. But after that fight, he was like, "Okay, so you're not blowing too much smoke up my ass. I've seen a couple, misses, things where you could have stepped in and won the fight, a lot sooner. However,
Mm.
and I told him I was like, it's been like almost a year since I fought last, or even trained last. Like I've been a lazy slob for like the last year. So
Well,
you
what the fuck,
expect me to
bro?
come in here and be like top one? I was out of breath, man. After that fight, I was sitting there trying to talk to him.
Right.
My fucking nerves were all out of whack.
I'm starting to
He's like,
realize a
man,
lot of these names are. I know a lot of these names from
right?
TikTok consistently.
I know
The
Zombie
beginning of the
Killer.
year.
Mhm.
So I could have been at almost like 3,500, 4K almost if I didn't stop posting consistently.
Hell yeah. Well, I mean, get back into it. You're good at the edits, man. You're actually great at the edits. I could not edit like you. Like, oh, I'm watching your stream. No wonder I was hearing myself and then hearing myself again. God.
Top 15 anime deaths.
That's ridiculous.
Captain Krampus.
Yeah, don't sound too thrilled. I'm only your teammate.
Wait, do you stream on Twitch or you post on YouTube?
Both. I can stream on YouTube. I get more active
I'm already
people on
subscribed to
Twitch.
you. See, I had 3K and I'm like 2.59 subscribers now for not posting or doing anything for like a year. That's crazy. When I used to stream, I
Yeah,
used to have like 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people all the time, bro. And that's like not.
I wish. I wish one day that my YouTube hits off and I've got 30, 40 people sitting in there just talking to me about random shit throughout their day.
You know what I really want to do, bro? I want to make a podcast. I want to do like a podcast.
My boss does a podcast, man. Not even kidding. He's got his own bar and everything. It's called Molly's
But
Pub.
is it funny? Is it like informative? Like is it a good podcast?
It's everything, man. Dude, his podcasts go from politics to basically everything that he does, depending on the person that he brings in and talks to.
Hmm.
Like if it's like good old buddies and stuff like that, man. When he brings those guys in, I'm sure it's a hoot. Like I'm sure they're just freaking saying some random ass shit,
Right.
talking out their ass, you know.
That's what I want to do. I feel like I can.
But no, like literally, he turned this apartment into like a downstairs is a bar slash cigar bar slash podcast, and then in the
Right.
back slash our workshop because we're plumbers, so like we got all our plumbing shit in the back, and then his daughter lives right above.
Hmm.
So like we're all pretty well connected, and
We should
Slayton
make a
he works there.
podcast.
That's make a podcast.
Yeah. We should just turn on
Fuck
the
yeah, we
stream
can.
every now and again and then just like talk about
Paul Rogan? No,
Paul Rogan.
did I say that right? No, I didn't say
Paul
that right.
Rogan?
Joe Rogan.
Joe
It's
Rogan,
one of them
yeah.
fucking basic ass names like Bob Rogan, like Bob the Builder.
Bob. Where
Bob,
do you
Joe.
get Bob the Bitter from Joe
Bro, I don't fucking.
Rogan?
I'm a whole ass baked potato, man. Like I don't.
Hell no.
I'm just here. I'm here for a good time, no long.
I feel that.
Oh, you gonna ready up?
Does it matter?
Kind of. Y'all them green dots. We're all ready to kick some ass.
Green
The
dot
goddess over
ready.
here, she's not ready. Rabies, sounds like she's
Top
got
15
rabies.
anime deaths is not ready. That name is like that's an awesome name.
Ridic- that is ridiculous. Like, honestly, I would like to watch all 15.
I
If that person has all
definitely.
15 and I can watch all 15,
I guarantee
hey,
you that Goku
type
would
in the
be like at
chat.
least 10 of them.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, this motherfucker dies
He's
a couple different
died
times
so
in this
many
game.
fucking times,
Dude,
bro.
he's like Kenny off South Park. They're like, oh no, you killed Kenny, you bastards, you know. And then all of a sudden, Kenny's
Who
back in the
killed
next
Goku
episode. Like,
looking at us? Or Krillin. How many times did Krillin
Krillin.
die?
Huh. Oh Jesus. How many
The
times?
amount of
How
times
many
that
times
these
did they
guys have
disassemble
died,
fucking what's his name, Piccolo or whatever? How many times they
right?
disassembled that guy
You know how many
just to
people,
throw
okay,
him
okay,
back?
what do you think, if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, okay, right? Think of how many
Yeah,
people he has fused with. He has, I haven't watched Dragon Ball Super since like the first season, since the Big O tournament. I don't know if you know anything about what I'm saying,
man.
but
I haven't watched it. I need to pay. I got money. I can pay for it. I need to pay for it and actually like go through and watch it all, like everything about Dragon Ball Z. I want to watch it every bit of it. 'Cause the last time I watched that was when I was a kid, man. And I've been watching it like here and there, like on TikTok and like
yeah. I
ex.
watched
Well,
the
I watch it
first
with my
season of
ex-girlfriend.
Dragon Ball Super back when it came out like 2017, and then I stopped watching it after that.
So, did
But
you see or hear about the Kakarot game they made for PS5?
I did not.
called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. I
Ain't
keep
a
yelling
lie.
out
This is the
Kakarot.
biggest I have seen a custom from my friend.
Private. I've
Like this is like the
randomly
fullest.
joined. I've joined into a full. Like I was on TikTok and I was randomly scrolling. I was on Apex. I was just I had nobody on and I was bored. And I seen it
Hmm.
and I was like, all right, bet. And I put it in that and there was a full fucking lobby. I waited till everyone got back in. We went to a lobby. Man, they were cracked. They were nuts. There's people in there doing some crazy movements and I think what's his name, Lemonhead. He was in there.